everybody, welcome back. It's Connor and Leah again with Sunny Govan Radio, and today we're not going to do Consider Conspire. We've actually got a new first for today's show. Actually, I have a couple of special guests. We're joined by the new upcoming alt rock band from Glasgow, Flair. So we're joined in the studio today with two members. We've got Callum and Tony. So I thank you guys for being here representing the band.
No problem, it's good to be here.
Thanks for having us.
So how are you doing today?
I'm pretty good, just got off work a bit early to come here, so it's always a good excuse to skive off.
Perfect, love that. Alright, and what about yourself?
I'm sweaty, I rushed over here.
Oh jeez.
Didn't you just come back from work?
Yeah, I had to cycle. Yeah, not great.
Oh man, making up your beeline.
It's a rare sunny day in Govan, so.
Mm-hmm. You're right, it's been absolutely miserable over the past few days. But I'm glad it was sun's out for you today, guys.
No doubt it'll be raining when we leave as well, though.
Yeah, for sure.
No doubt. Also, the traffic was really terrible earlier. There was something, I think it was a big funeral going on down Govan Road, and the cars were just at an absolute standstill for a while, so I'm glad that you managed to make it at the time that you did.
I think I just about missed that. I was coming over from Airdrie, so...
Oof, that's... Mm-hmm.
Where's Airdrie?
Out east, next to Coatbridge.
Oh, okay.
Aye. So, yeah, Flair, Glasgow band.
Yeah. Tell us about yourselves, what's your role in the band?
So I'm Tony, I'm the lead vocals and lyricist in the band, and Cal?
Yeah, I'm Callum, I'm the drummer / Tony's boss. I was lucky enough to hire Tony, and he started propelling the band with his talents,
That's a true story. He actually did. He is the one that hired me. He almost lost me as well, though, because when we first started messaging, he would ignore me for days. I was like, right, this guy's not interested.
Left him red.
Yeah, playing hard to get, kind of.
I sent him some clips of me singing, and I just he would ignore it, and I was just okay, I guess it wasn't good enough. But here we are, a couple of years later.
It always works out. I'm the same. I'm terrible for texting back.
Yeah, I always bombard Connor with paragraphs of messages, and then you just send back one sentence, and I'm like, bro, I feel desperate. I'm like, why am I giving off these vibes?
Mm-hmm. Playing hard to get, as you say.
Yeah.
Alright, so obviously there's 5 members in your band, is that right?
Yeah, 5.
Alright, so I take it as a sort of. There's a hierarchy involved, is that right? Are you the sort of boss, or is everyone kind of...
We all kind of like to think that we're the boss, each of us individually, but...
Am I the boss?
Obviously I'm going to say it. Well, you say that you're my boss, you don't really say that you're the boss of the band, so obviously I'm going to say yeah for me, but Callum's also going to say yes for him, so...
To be fair, Tony was here 10 minutes early, and then Callum just strolls up, so it's not giving boss behaviour.
I do have access to the band's accounts, so...
Oh, secrets coming out.
Usually it's the other way around, though. Usually I'm the one that strolls in, and Callum's there for practice about half an hour early. On a bike as well, so constant sweating, this guy.
I know, you've got to give a special shout out to the bikers. That's fitness there.
I'll stick to 4 wheels for now.
Mm-hmm. Aye. So, can you talk us through a day in the life of being a member of Flair?
Well, I guess it kind of varies what kind of day we've got going on. If it's a gig day,
I suppose.
If it's a gig day, hopefully it's on a weekend. If not, sometimes I need to just take it off work to kind of get around certain things. But usually wake up, and then a lot of the time we don't have amps for everyone yet. So sometimes I'll get up and then go to the place where we hire amps, pick that up. Then I kind of just hang about for a few hours before we need to load in, and then sound check, and then usually get a few drinks to just kind of get in the swing of things, and then gets to about 5 minutes before, and then the nerves start to hit. But I think when we kind of get up there onto the stage, it's usually pretty chill, and then afterwards we like to have a wee celebration. Usually after it, regardless of whether it's a good or a bad gig, I'd say.
Fair enough.
There's no bad gigs.
There are no bad gigs.
Never that.
Just interesting ones.
Is it a case that are you guys usually at like work and you're thinking about like, oh, I just wish I was on stage right now? Or,
Absolutely.
yeah.
The worst is when you're at someone else's gig. Like, like you're just like wanting to crawl on the stage. Really, that's
Take
how I
over.
feel. Absolutely. But I think it's a bit of professional jealousy usually from me.
Yeah. Is it like a case of where you're like, look, I could do better?
Well, sometimes, yeah, but most of the time, you know, I think there's a lot of really talented bands in Glasgow, so I do really enjoy seeing them. It's just like, oh, wish I was there.
Yeah. Like that itch. Do you guys go to Nice and Sleazy's quite a lot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've done a few gigs there as
Yeah, I
well.
noticed that.
I think probably the best gig we've ever done was at Nice and Sleazy.
Yeah, I like that venue. It's really nice. It's
Yeah,
like
it's good.
just big enough you can get the crowd in. Nice and compact.
Yeah. So like whenever someone else is on the stage, are you thinking like, right, come on, it's our time, like we need to get on?
Oh, absolutely. Well, sometimes I'm kind of like, I want to kind of enjoy the night before, and then it goes by really quickly. Like, was that really half an hour that you were on for? Oh, it felt like 5, and then yeah, we get to it, and so it kind of goes by like that. So it's almost like I want it to kind of go slowly, and it just like before I know it, I'm on the stage, you know, it feels like I've been up for an hour and I'm already performing.
Yeah. So can you guys tell us the meaning behind the name Flair? Like, how did you come up with it?
Well, this is one for Callum because it was actually named Flair before I joined.
It's one for the lead
Okay.
guitarist, to be honest. I think it's something to do with like being original and unique and having your own sort of take on things.
Okay.
You need to ask the guitarist Johnny though. It's his name.
Next time we'll get
Yeah.
Johnny on.
I think
Interpretive.
that's pretty close to what he's said before, if I recall, though. So.
Nice. So, you've got a couple of songs out at the moment. You've got a Runaway.
Yeah.
Is that on Spotify yet?
Yeah. So it actually just came out last Friday, just there. So
Oh, great.
not even a week old yet. So, but we're pretty happy with how it's doing so far, streaming wise. We've got a music video out for it now as well on YouTube.
Yeah, I've seen that. I like that actually.
That was really well done. So that was Scuff Studios that helped us sort that one out. So thanks to those guys. And so that's out now. I really love the video. I'm a bit biased, but I love the song as well. I think it's probably the best one that we've brought out so far.
So is there a meaning behind it at all? Or what's the sort of process of making it?
Well, lyrically anyway, it's kind of about, you know, so say you're kind of in a relationship. It can be romantic, it can be anything. It's like, it doesn't have to be specific per se, but you're with someone in some kind of capacity, and you want to stay with them, but you know that you're not necessarily the best thing for them, but also almost because of the way that you are, you can't tell them, you can't leave them.
Yeah.
So it's almost like you're kind of pleading with them to run away.
You're like stuck with it. Like you love the toxic. Like, okay, I see the vibes.
Oh, deep. That's excellent. Well, I'll tell you what. We've got it up here. Do you want to let the song do the talking?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Let's
Let's go.
Let's hear it.
babe, I need a taste of your fire. You got me wired to the moon, keeping me in tune. You got me running after you, so baby, run away, run away. Won't you stay another day? Listen to me when I say just run away. Run away from me, baby. I do not know why you stay when all I do is cause you pain. Just run away.
So that was Runaway from Flair. We're here with Tony and Callum. What's your favourite lyric in the song?
Ooh,
I've got mine, but you're not. Mine's just take me higher to a higher plane.
How come?
Because it's funny.
Fair enough.
I think he thinks it's funny just because it's stupid, not because there's any actual comedic value to it.
No meaning.
It's just like, where are we going higher? The higher bit.
For me, I think it's the next line, just like my cosmic babe, I need a taste of your fire. I think that's a good one.
Oh, it's a great song. I love that drum pattern as well.
Oh, the opening app, I love that bit.
That
That's
is my
Wow.
wee baby, yeah.
it's one of the sort of like, probably the best part of the song kind of is the drums, I'd say.
I don't know, it's really distinctive, really recognisable.
Mm.
It's great.
You're gassing
So-
Callum up a bit too much
It's,
right
it's
now.
the best thing I've ever been.
His head is getting a bit too big.
I'll be nice to him in public, behind closed doors though, I'm horrible.
Oh, brilliant. So, listen, Glasgow's been really great for obviously music, local music. You know, you've got Jerry Cinnamon's come for Glasgow, you know, Primal Scream, and
Oasis were fun. Yeah.
which I didn't know that until Leah told
Until
me
like
the
last
other
week,
day.
yeah.
Oh, they were discovered at like King Tut's.
Yeah.
Yeah, that blew my mind. So, what do you think you've got from Glasgow? Do you think that's like kind of influenced your music or in any way, or do you think it's like made an impact?
Absolutely. I think without being from Glasgow, if I wasn't from Glasgow, I don't know really like the kind of vibe that our music would be. Really, it's had a massive impact on us. I think the sort of tone and the mood of our music kind of reflects the place that we're from. You know, we've spent our whole lives here, so it's kind of impossible for it to not really shape our influence and like what we write songs about and the kind of sound that we're trying to achieve.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, of course, because I always think that Glasgow bands always have quite a wee distinctive twang to it.
Mm.
Yeah.
You know,
We can be a moody bunch at times as well.
mhm.
Especially at Nice and Sleazy's.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like everyone's in a band there. Like, you're just going, everyone's in a band.
Of course. So, speaking of like other artists, who's been like your biggest musical influences? I can be like Glasgow bands or like elsewhere.
Well, yeah, I'd say musical influences. Well, I think it varies kind of member to member, but as well for me, I love the Arctic Monkeys. I love sort of like older kind of sort of blues rock bands like Led Zeppelin. I think like currently I really love Fontaine's DC. Like in terms of like right now, I think their new album's amazing. Their album before that as well, Skinny Fear, I love that as well. So I think we take inspiration from those kind of guys, but I like to think that as well we kind of have our own sort of thing going too.
A little spin on it.
Mhm.
I know, what's the song that you have the French lyrics in?
Oh,
That's Ritual, some butchered French by myself, isn't that?
Richard, love it.
The drummer's flexing there again.
I know, multilingual and everything. Wow.
So how did you come up with the French lyrics?
It was from, I'm learning French, so I write songs in French just for my own practice.
Oh, nice.
and we wanted to like put on just something to be weird. So it's literally just lifted straight out of one of my other songs and just put in, so it's completely irrelevant to the song. But we just put a whole load of reverb on it and muffled my voice and stuff, and it kind of works.
So what is it saying in French then?
I
Or can
can
you
tell
not
you.
say? You can say.
You need to ask someone that speaks French.
There's going to be a lot of bilinguals very confused listening to that song.
Yeah.
Every French person I've showed couldn't understand it. So.
Oh really? You should have just went on ChatGPT and just got it up.
Auto translate.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of Lady Gaga, how she used to just say like random German stuff in her
Yeah.
songs for no reason. But I've actually got Ritual right here by Flair. Do you want to hear it?
We
Yeah,
would love
go on.
that.
Stick it on.
Well, of course I will love.
Let's go. I do as well.
Was so long ago you took me down, but I still remember the way you sound. A broken picture of your face is all I can see when I think of that place. Broken town, hearing eyes, you broke me down with your devilish lies. You don't need to say my name. You already took it with your devilish game. Maybe it's my fault. I could have tried to plan my escape to keep myself from crying, but you smelled so sweet. How could I stay away? I became your addict when you said my name. Broken town, hearing eyes, you broke me down with your devilish lies. You don't need to say my name. You already took it with your devilish
C'est comme ça que ça marche, parce que ça n'a pas gré, c'est de sauver le fou. Le monde continue, et nous regardons notre passé. C'est comme ça que ça marche, parce que ça n'a pas gré, c'est de sauver le fou. Le monde continue, et nous regardons notre passé.
broken town, hearing eyes. You broke me down with your devilish lies. You don't need to say my name. You already took it with your devilish game. Say my
Wonderful. Love it.
I actually have that song in my rock playlist.
Thank you very much.
I don't listen to rock, but would you guys say you're a rock band or
Yeah, kind of indie alt rock.
indie?
I'd
Or
say, yeah.
Mhm.
I thought it was more like, interpretive jazz.
blues?
Yeah.
Our manager, Dan's actually coined the term dirty indie now.
Hey.
He googled that to make sure that no one else had used it as well.
What makes indie dirty though? Like, what makes
Not dirty in that sense, just kind of like a sort of dirty, kind of full distorted sound.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that you do that really well. He's gonna achieve that well. It's gonna lead us on to our next question, more like kind of along the kind of business aspect of it. So you said you're being managed at the moment, is that right?
Yeah. Mhm.
Nice. So what's the experience like with that? Because obviously the music industry is moving very far forward, and we're seeing a lot more artists who are self-managing.
Mhm.
And perhaps a decline of those who are under proper management. So do you want to maybe sum up your experiences?
Yeah, well, we actually got quite lucky with it, I'd say.
Right.
So our manager then, Dan, so when we'd just recorded and got back Runaway, which he's played earlier on,
Aye.
Callum actually sent it to Dan and he really liked the track, and then he wanted to kind of meet up with us after that, come see a show, and after that, like, that's when we kind of started doing more stuff together, and then from then on out we've kind of sort of naturally flowed into him becoming our manager now. So
Right.
yeah, it's actually been, it's probably not the most helpful for people listening wonder about this, but it's actually been it was quite smooth for us. We were quite fortunate with it. But I know Dan's a great guy as well, so yeah, kind of hit the nail on the head first time with that one, I'd say.
Fantastic.
I know that you guys are booked and busy at the
Mm.
moment. You've got a few tours coming up.
Mhm.
So you're going from like Glasgow, Manny, Liverpool.
Mhm.
Have you guys toured in those places before?
No, this will actually this will be our first time outside of Scotland playing gigs, so yeah, no, we're really excited for that. We've got a show on the 19th in Edinburgh as well. That'll actually be our first time playing outside of Glasgow, except for Paisley ones.
Paisley counts then.
Aye.
We didn't venture far, but we have moved Glasgow before.
Yeah, no, we're really, really excited for that to kind of get on the road. First stop on that is Newcastle, I think, yeah.
I'll take your word for it.
Newcastle next month, the 17th, yeah, we'll be playing in the Globe. So yeah, no, we're really excited to get in there and kind of get started. It'll be the first time we'll be properly playing in front of like a completely different crowd, you know. So I do know a couple of people in Newcastle, so I'll maybe see.
Might hit them up later, yeah.
It's the celebrations you're talking about.
Yeah, this is a celebration.
Do you guys have any like rituals or traditions before you start a gig?
Just a song.
Just a song.
Just the song.
Well, just a
Sorry, it's a bad
You
joke.
just get into it.
Feel fat, Callum.
Sorry. I mean, don't know about you, but I've got my magic monk chain from Thailand that I wear before the gigs.
All right.
Give me
nice.
superpowers.
For me, I'm just I do my vocal warm ups and just like, I like to just kind of about 20 minutes before I know we're going on, I like to just kind of sit in the changing room and just kind of like be quiet and just get focused.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't really have a set ritual. I don't do any kind of weird stuff,
Voodoo.
but I do have that sort of method that I go through, you know, doing my warm ups and then kind of just getting a bit of peace and quiet.
Nice. All right. Have you got any advice for like stage fright or anything like that?
I'd say I was absolutely petrified the first time that we got on a stage, and I'd say it wasn't about 10 minutes to the end of that gig that I started really getting into it. So I'd say just have fun, you know, like kind of just, you know, forget about people watching you. Just like you're up there because you've made music and you're passionate about it, and you know, let that take over and just have fun with it, because it gets easier and easier after every gig. Like, and eventually you won't even think about it. You'll just get up there ready to go.
Mm-hmm. Brilliant. Would you say you're at that stage yet?
Yeah, I'd say
Fantastic.
I'm at that stage now, luckily. But I don't know, if I end up playing a slightly bigger crowd, I'll probably go back into my shell again, but hopefully not.
No. Well, no, think about it.
But
What's been your favourite gig so far?
Ooh,
Definitely Nice and Sleazy.
yeah,
Last
that's
night we played there. Place was
You're like
popping
an
off.
advocate for Nice and
Nice and
Sleazy.
Sleazy
We're
is
really
a very
plugging
good
them right
venue,
now.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a brilliant venue. It's our favourite place to go.
I
But
do love
yeah, that was back in February, was it? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I like the room was packed, and you know, like, every song got a good reaction. I think like we were all in like really good form as well. I don't think we really made any mistakes, and the energy was high, and it was just brilliant. So I know that's probably the best I've felt on stage, and then like straight after getting off stage, like I knew it was good. That and the gig that we just played at Drygate, I thought was a really good gig as well, actually, because that was like a sort of half-day festival thing, so there was like 8 different bands we got to play in front of a lot of new people, so I really enjoyed that as well.
Nice. And then obviously in your music video for Runaway, you were at King Tut's, is that right?
Oh no, that one was actually filmed at the Drygate one, the last one we
Oh,
did.
right, okay.
Although I did actually think, like, with the lighting and like how the stage looked, it did look a bit like King Tut's.
Quite similar, yeah.
Yeah.
It's the purple lights they
Yeah,
always
it's the-
have.
it's the
Yeah,
purple lights,
purple
yeah.
light, yeah.
So have you guys had any like gig fails or like hiccups?
Well,
How much time have we got?
yeah, we know we've definitely had a few, because obviously like before, when during our sort of first few gigs, we've had nerves hit us and stuff like that, so you know, sometimes at that point you drink too much maybe, and so I think a few of us have fell victim to that before going on stage.
Who's guilty for that? Or are we not naming names?
Should we name
I
them?
think we should name Johnny
and shame.
Wilkie the worst
Yeah.
bass player.
Yeah, a certain bass player has had a couple of oopsies.
No.
It's all been kind of like a good laugh. It's not like nothing that's like ruined a night or anything like that. But there was like one point, I think he kept stepping on his lead into his bass, and so it kept disconnecting, and it got to the point where I was like singing into the mic, holding his like lead, trying to follow him around, plug it back in, because he hadn't realised.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man. That's some level of adaptability to just
Yeah.
be able to do that on the spot, man.
This one I wouldn't really call like a gig fail as well, but it was just kind of funny.
Yeah.
There was I think it was actually the same night as well.
That gig was interesting.
Yeah, that was an interesting gig. Our lead guitarist, also called Johnny, the morning, or was it the night before, basically he mentioned, he's like, guys, I'm really unwell, I'm in A&E, so we had to do the gig without him. Luckily we've got 2 guitarists, so it wasn't the worst thing, but we just brought like a wee cardboard cutout of Johnny and put it on the stage for us.
How did you get that in like one day? How did you get
Oh,
that?
calendar.
I'm a crafty
Oh, you
person.
did it!
Yeah, as soon as I heard he wasn't going, I was like getting the cardboard and the colouring pens. I think he was crowd
so
surfing,
funny.
cardboard crowd surfing at some point.
Yeah, I threw him into the crowd, I think.
Oh my gosh.
And then the bass player actually murdered that cardboard cutout after the gig. I was quite sad.
Oh yeah, he was quite upset about the lead situation. Yeah. Took it out on paper, Johnny.
Who's the most, I suppose, interesting person or band that you've met while on tour or doing your career?
Oh, that's a good one. I think it was our 3rd ever gig that was the first time we played King Tut's, and we were playing with a band called Soapbox. They're a punk band, and they were all really, really nice guys, but just like the energy that they had on stage was like amazing. I thought it was great. Like the guy like had the sort of the shaved head, and like he was taking his top off. He was all sweaty and still like jumping in the
I can
crowd and
literally
that.
picture that.
So like those guys definitely, like, they were like had like some of the best energy I've seen from a band that we've played with, and also just like great fun and good guys as well.
Fantastic. And that, I guess that takes a bit of humility to admit that as well.
We're all kind of in this together at the same time. Like,
yeah.
obviously there's a bit of competitiveness, but like I'm not going to be one of those folk that, you know, like just like pretends to hate someone because I think they're good. You know.
Yeah. Would you say there's like a bit of a community then with
Yeah,
like
yeah,
Glasgow
yeah.
bands and stuff?
Aye, like, don't get me wrong, you'll always meet some people that are kind of a bit up themselves and that, but
Let's
hopefully
name them.
we're not naming people. But like, you know, it's probably us, to be honest.
Yeah, someone
I'd be like, Callum.
everyone's leaving the gig saying, like, Callum's so annoying.
almost everyone that like we've played with, we've got on with pretty well.
Yeah, it's a nice wee, like, everyone
It's a
plays the
nice
same
community.
venues, so it's like you all see each other at gigs and stuff.
There's a couple of bands that we've played with like more than once as well, so you know, kind of get to know them.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine if they were beefing with Cardboard Box Johnny.
So who's If you could choose one person who you'd love to tour with or go and play with, who would you choose?
Ooh, are we talking like just like local bands or just like anyone in the world?
Anybody, let your imagination go.
Nice. Like, currently probably like Fontaine's, but like all time for me, I'd love to go on tour Arctic Monkeys because I kind of sort of semi grew up on that kind of sound. I would love to play with them. What about you?
Is the Fontaines from Glasgow?
No, they're from Dublin.
Oh, right, okay.
Like, if you ever hear them, like he sings in a like really thick Dublin accent as well. It's brilliant. Really suits their music, I think.
Oh, that's interesting. I haven't heard any of their songs so far.
Oh, you're missing out. You're missing out.
What's your favourite Fontaine song?
Ooh, good
That's a
question.
tricky one, actually.
I'm trying to think of one
Star Wars
that
that just came out is really good, but
yeah, I'm trying to think of one that doesn't have a swear word in it.
No, they all do. Oh, Boys in the Bearland, that's a good one.
Is that a good one?
Yeah, that's an old one actually.
Yeah, yeah.
Will we play it?
Yeah, go
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
Yeah, go for it, it's great.
Fontaine's on.
Alright, let's do it. You're right, guys, we are missing out. They are brilliant.
That was really good. So, we've got some like quick fire questions just to get to know you guys a little bit
Ooh, yeah.
better. So, what I want to know, who takes the longest time to get ready for a gig?
Lewis.
Is he like trying to get all that prim and proper, like what?
He's sitting there doing his eyebrows, doing his makeup.
He always looks great, but he'll turn up 5 minutes before sound check.
Yeah.
Mm.
At least he's looking the part, to be fair.
Of course. Right, bath or shower?
Shower for me.
Shower, yeah.
Yeah, same. I think baths are quite rare now, aren't
Baths
they?
are a bit manky, I think.
Yeah.
Mine's definitely is.
Who is the best dresser? Obvious.
Lewis.
Ooh, Johnny's pretty good.
Nah, I'd say Lewis.
Oh, he takes a lot of time, I suppose he might as well be good at it.
These are all going to be Lewis if it's to do with things, I think.
Alright. Who is the funniest?
Me. But, I think you're quite funny.
Me?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
But you're like unintentionally
You've got
funny.
like dry humour, I feel
Yeah.
like, and then Tony's got like that, just like funny.
Aye, two completely separate types of show.
Yeah.
Who's been playing the longest?
I think that is Lewis, but only because he's about 35, you know.
Aye, but like in terms of his,
He's not 35.
he's younger than me, but like, I think in terms of like what actual, because he plays guitar for us and he's only been doing that for like a few years.
Yeah, so he's been drumming since he's like 10, something like that.
So it's probably you or Johnny, I'd say.
Well, I've been drumming since I was about 12, so about 10 years now.
Maybe you then.
If you guys could swap places in the band with someone, who would it be?
Mate, I'm taking Tony's job. I want to be up at the front, screaming.
You want to be the main star?
It'd be terrible, it would sound rubbish, but I would happily be up there screaming.
Yeah, I'd probably do the same. I'd probably go for Callum, I'd say.
Just want to sit down.
Yeah, I'd try to sit
Do a
down.
Freaky Friday.
I want the stage, like the crowd work, like taken away from me.
Do you prefer cats or dogs?
Oh, dogs.
Dogs.
Also, I have the cutest dog, just so you know.
Second behind mine, but okay.
Mine can ride a bike.
Really?
Well, she can sit on the bike while I ride it.
Oh, yeah, seriously, that's kind of just an elaboration.
What's your favourite song that you've produced?
Oh, definitely Runaway, yeah.
Yeah, Runaway, yeah.
It's the highest, it's like the quality of it's amazing. We went to a guy called Flair, the producer, who's in a band himself. He's in a Dead Pony band. They're really good, but he's got like a really good brain for producing.
Oh, nice. Aye, so have you got a producer as well then?
So he produced that song. We went to
Right,
a
yeah.
couple different people for
Aye,
the
we've
other
kind of just
songs.
been bouncing around the now.
But yeah, we're hopefully going to go back to him again, do some more work, because we really liked how that turned out.
Totally. Yeah, it's a great mix. I love it.
Do any of you guys have like an alter ego when you're on the stage? Like, you got a different name?
I
Or...
can't do it. I get called Chain Boy when I get off stage.
I don't.
What was that?
Because I wear on
Right,
stage.
explain
On
this.
stage, I take my shirt off because it's hot. Obviously, and I wear this big chain. So I get off stage and no one recognises me. So then, because I'll have a shirt on, I'll be all quiet, so people don't recognise me, and they find out they're like, "Oh, you're the Chain Boy." So
What were you, Tony?
I don't really have like an alter ego. I don't give myself like a stage name or anything.
I never
but
gave it to myself.
Not,
To be fair, I feel like you
Your
can't
friend
give
Caitlin
it.
gave it to me.
No, it's got to be assigned to you by
Yeah.
somebody
I
else.
think I'm just like become like an exaggerated version of myself, really.
Yeah, just
Nothing
unleashed.
else. Yeah.
Aye, fair enough. That must
The
feel
real
quite...
Tony.
Yeah.
Aye, definitely. That must be like quite therapeutic as well, just going up and like getting it loudy, getting it
Oh, it's
your
amazing. It's a proper rush.
Brilliant. So, what's one thing that your fans might be surprised to learn about you when you're not on stage?
We have actual jobs.
Callum doesn't listen to music.
The way you said that, oh, we have actual jobs.
Well, no,
This is an actual job.
I mean, we have like professional looking jobs, you know.
So being a musician is not.
Will be someday,
Yeah.
hopefully.
Yeah, one day.
Yeah, we're working towards this being our full time.
So what is it that you guys do then, like for work, other than
Well,
having alter egos?
I work for a construction company out in Airdrie.
I also work for a
Nice.
construction company.
Nice. Wow, musician.
We're
It's a
being
dream.
vague about that.
I mean,
one.
vague.
Yeah,
I
don't want to give away the office address.
I'd rather keep that big.
Yeah.
No, brilliant. So, a wee question about the music industry. What do you think it's been like for kind of upcoming artists like yourself? Do you think you've been like supported by the music industry as a whole, or do you think you've been kind of left to fight on your own?
I think it's tougher than ever now. Really, like
Aye.
I saw a video. I think it was on TikTok or something that like just like really like captures like what the problem is. It was somebody getting rejected from a label because they only sign people with over 50,000 followers or something like that, and
Really?
it's like
That's a lot,
completely.
though.
It's completely against like what labels are meant to do. They're the ones that are meant to make you, you know, big and known. But yeah, they're if you don't have like followers or whatever, then you kind of get left in the dust a bit these days. You need to be lucky.
So they want you to bring the platform rather than them giving you the platform.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's totally kind of flipped on its
So
head.
backwards.
And then obviously now with social media and all that, it's like it's tough for new artists. But I am glad you've shared your sentiment there.
Yeah.
So to round us off, I think, what are your goals now for next year? Have you got any sort of upcoming projects, any exciting gigs you want to plug?
Well, so first exciting gig that we'd like to plug is actually tomorrow.
Really?
We're playing at Ivory Blacks, so come along. Doors are at 7. We'll be there. We'll be playing with a couple of really brilliant local bands as well. So buzzing for that. So you know, if you're about in Glasgow tomorrow, then well, this won't be out tomorrow, will it? So
Just look on our Instagram and see where we're
Yeah. So
Yeah, we'll
what's
be
your
playing
Instagram?
at Flair Band, just one word, no underscores, anything like that.
Okay, so that's FLAIR band.
That's right.
Nice.
Perfect. Nice. So obviously you've got tours going on. What's the sort of touring situation, by the way? If you've got like a tour bus or anything, like how do you haul all your stuff all these distances, man?
Yeah, sleep in the car.
Nice.
Luckily for a few of the like places down south, we'll actually be doing like support stuff, so we won't have to do too much of the heavy lifting. And I think we're talking about hiring out a camper van for some of the stuff that we do next
Yeah.
as well.
It'll be fine.
Nice.
Just going with the flow kind of thing. Yeah.
Pretty much.
Aye, definitely. That'll be great. So, aye, it's been great chatting to you.
Yeah.
That's been brilliant. Thanks for having us.
No worries.
Of course, anything else you want to?
Possibly. By the time this comes out, there will be an EP on the way soon, hopefully. So keep an eye out for that.
Yeah, we won't give too much away about it now, but we're very excited for it.
Of course.
Cool.
And you've got another song. Is it out or is it on the way?
The
Come
first song we released, yeah, Come and Get It.
Yeah, come and get it. Yeah, the first song we released, the only song that we still play that was written before I joined as well, I think.
Yeah, I think it's the only one that stuck around. The rest of them were
Mm.
rubbish.
All right.
Written by the man himself next to me.
Yeah, I got lyrics on this one. I was really sad I couldn't get lyrics in the last song, but I've got lyrics in this one.
Brilliant. And you've got your French lyrics as well to back you up.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Well, listen, thank you so much for being here. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you for having us.
Now, of
Thank
course, I think we'll end us off now with a wee bit of Come and Get It by yourselves. Flair.
Brilliant.
Alright, you ready? Let's hear it.